Assalamu alaikum, ATP Part 2 art students. I hope you are doing very well and doing justice to these video lectures which we are sharing with you. In today's video lesson, we are going to continue our discussion on the important questions of the novel The Old Man and the Sea. The topic which we will deal today is the themes of the novel The Old Man and the Sea. Students, the most important theme of the novel, as you know, I have told you in my lectures on the general discussion on the study of the novel that there are more than one themes. There are multiple of themes which you can point out in the novel. One of the theme is perseverance. Now, this theme of perseverance has been exhibited by this novel at different levels and in different ways. How? Let's see. For example, first of all, although the old man had failed to catch a fish, catch a single fish during 84 days, he does not lament. He does not get dejected. He is not depressed. He is not outrageous. Rather, what he is doing, he is facing all this situation with dignity, and he's planning to make his luck, to make his fate bring success to him. And that is why, students, he has gone far out in the open sea. Secondly, the old man himself, just like old man himself, the fish, his prey, his target, the great fish, the big fish, the marlin which he caught in the deep sea, it was not ready to surrender. It was not ready to give up its life. Rather, it tried to save itself. Okay, it fought against the old man with dignity. Although it was less intelligent, that was why it did not jump up and made the skiff of the old man sink in the water. But the fish remained steadfast. It shows perseverance. It kept on dragging. It kept on towing the boat of the old man for 3 days. Then third, seemingly dwarfed by the marlin's size and strength, Santiago defeats the mighty fish after all because he is willing to endure exhaustion, hunger, thirst, and pain. The same willpower that enabled the old man's hero, Joe DiMaggio, to play a flawless game despite painful injuries enables the old man to wait out his opponent's strength. Okay? Finally, when the sharks attack and feed on the marlin until nothing is left, the old man, what was the response of the old man? He kept on fighting. He kept on killing one shark after the other. He tried to ward off. He tried to keep those sharks away from his fish. And finally, when nothing was left, he came back home without the big fish, without his big catch. It was only a skeleton that he brought back to bear witness to the greatest catch of his life, and his skiff badly damaged. Santiago is not defeated, nor is his spirit broken. Like Jesus bearing his cross, Santiago will carry his mass to and from his skiff day in and day out, doing what fishermen are meant to do, that is, fish. So it is perseverance, ability to withstand, ability to endure. Okay, then the next theme, students, is pain and suffering. Now, pain and suffering is very much related to perseverance, and it appears in several ways in the novel yet again. Pain is the price that the old man must pay for a bountiful catch. The old man's hands are marred with scars, speaking to a lifelong history of struggles with opponents out at sea. In the course of the study, In the course of the story, it becomes clear that while these scars are indeed a sign of age, hardship, and suffering, they are also a sign of strength, willpower, and victory. Okay, students. So, no pains, no gains. So, on one hand, on one side, pain and suffering is something that leave leave its pain and suffering as suffering is something that leaves mark on the soul and body of a person, exhibiting that that person had undergone a lot of difficult times. Okay, and on the other hand, they also indicate that the same person has strength, willpower, and victory. And the old man has shown it. Okay, so the scars and the cuts which are prominent on the body of the old man, they are signs that he had endured pain. So, the theme of pain and suffering, how it goes deeper, the capacity to endure pain and suffering distinguishes humans from other creatures. Okay, remember, Hemingway's hero has been a man who has endured pain and suffering beyond anyone else, and that is what makes him the hero of the novel. Now, the capacity to bear pain, to endure pain and suffering, distinguishes man from other creatures. Although, although a strong opponent, eventually the marlin gives up and allows itself to be reeled in while the old man keeps going despite physical exhaustion. Three painful wounds, a cramping hand, and alternating hunger pangs and disgust after eating raw fish. Furthermore, his capacity for pain and suffering distinguish Santiago from other fishermen. Just as Jordi Maggio overcame pain injuries to pull off an unparalleled hitting streak, Santiago defies odds that younger, stronger, and perhaps more successful fishermen do not try. None of them has ever fished as far out or encountered a fish as large, strong, magnificent as Santiago has. The old man's ability to endure pain and suffering establishes him as the hero who rises above others. Okay, so endurance, perseverance, capacity to bear pain are the themes of the novel, which are depicted through the character of the fisherman Santiago and the fish marlin. But our fisherman rises above the marlin as the marlin gave up after 3 days. But this man named Santiago, he kept on preserving, enduring injuries, hunger, thirst, loneliness, everything. Okay, and he also proves to be the hero of all the fishermen, as he proved himself to be distinguished from the younger energetic fishermen with better provision like having motorboats by going deeper into the sea all alone and catching a big fish. Then, life and death are prominent themes in The Old Man and the Sea. The old man muses that the sea, a symbol for nature itself, is simultaneously beautiful and cruel because it gives life and takes it away. Sea turtles, swallow jellyfish, hawks, warblers, shark devour marlins, and men catch fish. Every creature has its place in the food chain that keeps the circle of life going. The death of one creature provides life for another. The seemingly opposing forces of life and death are in fact in perfect balance. However, there is another aspect of this theme. Although Santiago appreciates the circle of life and recognizes his own place within it, he fights hard to rise above it and survive. He risks his life sailing out farther and staying longer than anyone to catch a fish larger enough to provide meat for him to eat and sell. He defends his catch against sharks, brute creatures out to satisfy the very lust that kills them. Fishing is Santiago's livelihood. It is how he sustains the one life he has, while nature as a whole holds opposing forces in perfect balance. Life and death are the poles that mark an individual life. Hemingway shows that what distinguishes humans from other creatures is the desire to preserve as individuals. The old man who lives alone in his shack illustrates the human condition, a struggle against death that each man must fight on his own. So, the circle of life. So, on one hand, the novel depicts the necessity of food, a chain of food. Okay, everything kills everything else in nature. On the other hand, it shows that the human condition, that human beings should struggle against death. Death which is facilitated by many things present in the nature. And the old man did the same in order to preserve his life, in order to preserve his dignity, which was essential for him to earn his livelihood. The old man has to make certain decisions. He had to take certain decisions. He had to move deeper into the sea. He had to risk his life. He had to risk his whole being. He had to endure beyond his capacity, beyond his parent age. Okay, so the condition of human beings, the state of human beings as fighting against death has also been highlighted in the novel. Then physical strength and skill, another important theme. Now, although Santiago was old, he was weaker than he used to be in younger age. So yet what makes up, fills up the absence of strength, the absence of energy. What fills up? It is his superior knowledge and skill. He knows how to read nature. He knows how to handle the line to gauge the movement of the fish. He knows how to interpret these movements. That's not all. He also knows himself and his own limits. He knows exactly how far to push himself and how to counteract the harrowing effects of the long struggle on his physical strength. He knows exactly when to eat, when to rest, and he uses his skills to overcome his limitations. When he loses one weapon after another as he battles the old man uses the resources at his disposal to create the makeshift weapons that keeps him alive. However, throughout the story, it becomes clear that despite the old man's physical prowess, skill, and willingness to take risks, he lacks luck and therefore can't find material success. But this was the aim of the novelist. Okay, so Physical strength versus skill. If you have skill, not the physical vigor, not the physical vitality, even then you can manage to achieve something in life if fate is in your favor. But the thing which is more important is skill and willingness to apply it, to imply it. Then pride, honor, and respect. Although the old man is humble and seems to care little about other fishermen's opinion, he is proud of his skills and wants recognition for them. After all, he wishes Madeline were there with him, not only to help him fish and dispel loneliness, but also to show the boy what kind of man he is and to witness the greatest catch of his life. Okay, so he wants to show to Madeline what a great fisherman he is. The catch is so great because the fish's size, strength, and perseverance. The marlin pulls the skiff for days, make it an opponent worthy of the old man's respect. Defeating it in a struggle that takes everything the old man has, in turn demands respect from others. It matters little that he does not meet the original objective in catching the fish, to return with the flesh of fish to eating sail. The villagers' admiration for the magnificent skeleton tied to the old man's skiff shows that there is honor in honest defeat. Mark these words. There is honor in honest defeat. The old man had struggled. He had endured with determination, with willingness to achieve, to accomplish his goal, to bring a big catch from the sea intact to the land. But he failed to materialize the second part of his wish. But even then, what is admirable, what has the core value, what has the real value, the real significance is the honest struggle, is the honest endurance, is the honest earnestness, the keenness. Okay, and that is why the old man, when came back empty-handed, with only a skeleton of marlin, he was even then appreciated, he was even then honored. So the writer wants to show that there is honor in honest defeat. It is the struggle itself that counts, that matters, the willingness to exert all of one's strength, no matter what the outcome may be. Okay? So it is the struggle that matters. Now let's count once again. Let's recount once again the themes of the novel. It is endurance, perseverance, it is struggle, it is determination, it is human condition. Okay, so what lesson you have learned now from the book The Old Man and the Sea, from the novel rather? Several morals are observed. For instance, Santiago demonstrates persistence in his fishing endeavor. Despite going for more than 80 days without a single catch, each evening going home empty-handed, Santiago does not relent and still goes out to fish. So optimism is another theme, students. Humility is also shown when Santiago accepts Manolín's kindness. He put aside his pride and accepted assistance from a young boy that pitied him. Manolín portrays loyalty by ensuring that Santiago has enough to eat. He also ensures that Santiago has fresh bait for his lines, going to the extent of stealing or begging to make sure the above needs are met. He does all this despite his father's advice to stop associating with Santiago. Santiago demonstrates patience by pursuing the marlin overnight, waiting for it to die. He is resourceful, eating raw tuna. He also consumes water carefully, not to exhaust it, away that he is long way from shore. So What is the message of the what is the moral lesson you have learned? It is that you should be optimistic all the time. You should show perseverance. You should endure difficulties. You should learn skills. You should be you should not be dejected, or you should dejected. You should be humble. You should be humble. Though you must know your own limits. You must know your own skills. You must know all the points of your character which make you superior to others. And then lastly, you must not stop struggling to follow your dreams. You must keep on struggling to follow your dreams. Okay, so this is all for today's students. I hope you have understood today's letter.